Pemirsa, kampanye memperjuangkan eksistensi dan kebebasan etnis Muslim Uyghur dilakukan dengan berbagai cara, pola, dan metode. Seperti di Indonesia sendiri, gerakan Indonesia Save Uyghur tercatat sudah melakukan sejumlah gerakan dan aksi sebagai bentuk dukungan. Tak hanya itu, kampanye lain yang dilakukan yang tak kalah penting adalah melalui dunia pendidikan, seperti seminar, riset, dan aktivitas serupa yang dinilai efektif untuk menunjukkan kepada dunia agar dapat melihat kasus Uyghur secara jernih dan tanpa pretensi. Pemirsa, tentu saja semua memiliki tujuan yang sama, yaitu menegakkan hak asasi manusia untuk etnis Muslim Uyghur atas dugaan kasus genosida, khususnya yang terjadi di Provinsi Xinjiang. Berikut ini adalah pandangan seorang akademisi, seorang Associate Profesor di Istanbul Sabahattin Zaim University, Turki. Hanya untuk Anda, inilah wawancara eksklusif bersama Dr. Buerhan Saiti.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters in Indonesia, and also thanks for Indonesian TV for interviewing me as well, and also in order to spread what's happening in Turkestan, what's happening to the Uyghur people. So in my previous interview, I mentioned that the people, they have to take action against the Chinese government. As you know, I think is that most of the people, the civil and society is awake. Actually, they are just waiting their government to take some action against the Chinese government. So if you go to street, or if you go to the among the civil and society, or if you talk to any person in the world, they are stand with the Uyghur people, they stand with what they call is the justice as well. So that's why, in my opinion, the most, the biggest obstacle is the government. They have to raise their voice and as well. So meaning that if the government is raise the voice and a little bit, what they call the civil society will follow as well. If the government don't raise the voice, the civil society also not raising the voice. So in order to let the government to raise the voice, the parliament members, they have to take some actions as well, or the parliament members, they have to take some actions, let the government to take some actions as well. For example, in the USA, in the Canada, in the Belgium, and those countries who standing with the Uyghur and the people, the most of the time, the parliament members, the one who pressuring their government. So I would like to request also the parliament members in the Muslim countries, especially like Indonesia, Malaysia, Turkey, and some other Muslim and the states actually, the parliament members, they have to take action to pressure their government so that they will take some action against the genocide of the Chinese government. Yeah, thank you. In my previous interview, I mentioned that my mom was being sent to the underground prison. Yes, I have the evidence. What they call is this. I got this evidence from the TikTok, and also I have the evidence of that the Chinese government is demolished all the mosque in my village as well. So maybe I will send this one to what they call is the news agency, maybe by email or by WhatsApp, so they can what they call is the edit this and the video as well. So meaning that yes, I have the evidence that Chinese governments even set up underground prisons as well as they demolish the mosques in my village. Thank you. Yes, I am the member of Uyghur Academy as well. I am the board member of the Uyghur Academy. So I'm actively working in Uyghur Academy starting from 2018. So since 2018, Uyghur Academy is trying to what they call is advocate the movement against the Uyghur genocide by the Chinese and the government. So meaning that actually we publish many articles in Uyghur language as well as in Turkish language as well. I think just last year alone in 2020 we published almost 300 articles related to the Turkestan or related to the genocide, related to the culture, and related to our civilizations in the various and the topics of the Turkestan. So meaning that at Uyghur Academy, what they call is we are doing our best to advocate or to spread what they call is this and genocide to larger international community. Yes, and also just recently there is one PhD student from Taiwan. I mean, he's doing some PhD research on the Uyghur people as well. So she interviewed almost more than 50 and what they call is the activists in Turkey to get some information about this as well. So what I want to say here is, yes, actually is there are many research, there are many articles, there are many journals, I mean what they call is publishing regarding the Uyghur genocide. As the Uyghur Academy also, I mean, we have just recently we have the plan for 2022 actually what we can do in 2022. So one of the most important thing is, again, as an academy or as a science academy, we want to more focus on journal publication, research, as well as collaboration with other universities in the world. Thanks for the question. Actually, just recently, Uyghur Academy is used to be association, but just recently we form as Waqf, or we form as like philanthropic and associations. So the main aim also to establish the university like Mahmud Kashgari University is actually. So meaning that yes, we have plan, we want to set up the university under Uyghur Academy. So that we can give some training on or some what they call the database and the center for various information about the Uyghur, especially in the culture, in terms of the language, as well as in terms of civilizations. Yes, we have the plan for that. Yes, actually what they call Uyghur Academy, it was established in Turkey in 2009, but after that we have branches in Europe, we branched in Canada, we have branches in USA, as well as we have branches in Japan, as well as in Australia as well. So we want to bring all the science and together, so we try to become the think tank, or we want to become the think tank to, I mean what they call is how to save our people from the tyranny of the Chinese government. Yes, actually is we have it as well. And also recently what Uyghur Congress also invited many I mean the activists other than the Uyghur. For example, they invited many parliament members in the Prague in the Czech Republic actually. So basically is yes, as a academician or as a scientific organizations, we are Uyghur Academy also doing many similar activities by inviting the Turkish what they call professors or the Turkish politicians or like the Turkish and the people who concerned with the Uyghur genocide. Yes, actually as I said, we try to do this one at a bigger, I mean, bigger international levels as well. I mean, as Uyghur Academy, just recently we had the meeting. So we have like almost like 35 and the plan, what they call is for the next year actually. Of course, the main important thing will be advocating, I mean, the movement against Uyghur genocide. So that will be the main agenda. So meaning that we want to, I mean, of course, as the academy is, we have to concern the culture of the Uyghur people, the language of the Uyghur people, what the religion of the Uyghur people, as well as the existence of the Uyghur people as well. So meaning that yes, our job is very challenging. We are not only take care, I mean, the culture, the religion, and also the other issues as well. And also same time, we have to fight against the Chinese and the government to save our people from the the tyranny of the Chinese government. So yes, we have the concrete plan. I think it's if I want to say this 35 plan like one by one, I think it's the wasting of the time. But yes, we have some plan to what we call is advocate this Uyghur crisis, and also same time we try to save our culture, our religion, and also our what they call the existence from the Chinese government. I think the most important thing is what they call, we have to raise the awareness. Actually, we are just doing in the social media not good enough, so we have to take action. What they call is we have to save the I mean, we have to take some actions like and the protest in front of the Chinese embassy, because the Chinese embassy is worried the Muslim world is to wake up, especially they worry I mean the Muslim wake up in Turkey, Indonesia, Malaysia, and among the countries as well. Meaning that if we wake up, then the Chinese government, they have no choice but they have to stop the Uyghur genocide as well. For example, actually, for example, the Muslim in UK, they protested in the Chinese embassy in London, I mean, just to stand with the Uyghur and the people. And as you know, it has a very big impact on what they call is the Uyghur cause as well. So I would like to request, I mean, maybe the government is not taking action any measurement to stop the Uyghur genocide, but I would like to ask the people take some action, what they call maybe holding the protest outside the Chinese embassy, or like organizing the protest at the Chinese embassy, and also like the slogan boycotting, for example, Beijing Winter Olympic, as well as and boycotting the products of the China, and also what they call is yeah, and also we can organize. You can organize some protests outside of the Chinese embassy in Jakarta or the many different part of the world. And also the most important thing is the Chinese government is really scared the voice. Actually, for example, we are keep protesting in Istanbul outside of the Chinese consulate in Istanbul. Actually, the Chinese government, they call the protesters like one by one. They giving them the passport, or they let them to speak to their parent, or they let them to speak to their relative. You know, ask them to stop the protesting. Actually, so meaning that I mean, only the thing is you can give to the Uyghur people raising your voice through some and action. Basically, in my opinion, if all the Muslims in different countries, if they take some protests, definitely I mean we can get some visible and the result, or the concrete results actually. Yes, I'm organizing actually every day, every Wednesday now. We are organizing what they call outside of the Chinese consulate in Istanbul to demand the Chinese government to stop the Uyghur genocide. And also, I mean, what they call is like just recently in the Justice Palace of Istanbul, we held, I mean, we opened the file for like the criminals and 113 and criminals, what they call the by the Chinese and the government. So we opened the file for those 113 people in China who are responsible this Uyghur and the genocide. So maybe some other governments like Malaysia, Indonesia, I mean, you should open the file for those the one who are responsible this and the genocide in the 21st and the century. So that will be, I mean, has impact on what they call is the I mean, it is the one way, and also another way, maybe establish some campaign, just stop buying from the what they call China. Now, stop buying from China actually not only good for the Uyghur people, as well as good for your national economy as well. So meaning that I think again, I mean, opening the file for the criminals, and also boycotting made in China, and also boycotting the Beijing Winter Olympics, for example, all those measurements will be efficient, inshallah. First, I want to speak in English as well. Dear brothers and sisters in Indonesia, actually, I mean, not only the Uyghur people facing the genocide in East Turkestan, not only the Uyghur people is facing comprehensive genocide from the Chinese government, and at the same time, the house of the Allah, the masjid is being demolished by the Chinese and the government, as well as the books of the Quran is burned by the Chinese and the government. And recently, there is we got some video from the TikTok, and you can see what they call that and the video as well. I mean, in that and the videos, what they call the Chinese people stepping on the La ilaha illallah, meaning that the La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, laying down, I mean, in the restaurant in China, so the people is go in and out, they're stepping in La ilaha illallah. So meaning that you can ignore the Uyghur people, you can ignore the East Turkestan, but how come you ignore the religion of the Allah? How come you can ignore the La ilaha illallah? And also, how come you ignore the honor of the Islam as well? So meaning that they saving the Islam, not only the job of the Uyghur people, saving the Islam is our collective responsibility of all the Muslims, whether regardless of Indonesia or Malaysia, and also in Turkey or many different Muslim countries as well. So meaning that it's our collective responsibility to save the Islam, okay, save the Islam from the Chinese and the tyranny. And how come you're allowing the La ilaha illallah on the feet of the Chinese and the people? The Chinese people is stepping on La ilaha illallah, meaning that we have failed to honor the dignity of the Islam. So I would like to request all the Muslims around the world, not only Indonesia, not Malaysia, not Turkey, all the Muslim world, we should undertake the fundamentals of the Islam, or the most important thing in our Islam, as you know, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, kalma shahadat. So meaning that you should and protect, this La ilaha illallah as well. So that is my final message. And also I would like to give something in Bahasa Melayu.
Saudara dan saudariku sekalian, menyelamatkan satu nyawa manusia sama dengan menyelamatkan seluruh manusia lainnya. Ini bukan hanya perihal genosida yang dialami saudara muslim kita di Uyghur. Akan tetapi rumah-rumah Allah pun dihancurkan, dan bahkan kitab suci kita pun juga dibakar. Menyelamatkan Islam adalah tugas kita bersama. Jadi, saya mohon untuk terus mendukung Muslim Uyghur, terus berdiri untuk agama Islam di kawasan Turkistan Timur.